Hi everyone, and today's video is going to be all about tips and advice I would give to freshers. So a fresher is someone who's going into their first university. So as someone who has just finished their first year of university, I thought I have quite a lot of knowledge about it, and I've just only experienced it, so it's all still fresh in my mind. So I wrote down a list of advice I would give, and yeah, let's just go for it. My first piece of advice would be just get involved with as much as possible. That can be sport, societies, stuff like that. I know especially my university, and I know a lot of other universities will have so many different societies that there will be at least one for you, and if there isn't, then you can normally make your own society. So if there really isn't a society where you think that's just not for me, I'm not into that type of thing, then make your own. I know my uni, you can just make your own, but they normally do have some really good ones and some really random ones as well. I remember seeing on the news once, it was like I think it was like custard creams or something. It was like the most random society ever. And the societies at my university is like, they have a theme park society, so if you like theme parks, everyone goes there. They have a Harry Potter society, so if you like Harry Potter, they have so many different societies that there is something out there for you. I just think it's a good way of meeting new people and making new friends and just getting like connections with different people, because if you are focused on your studies, which should be, then it's a good way of getting contacts, especially like for me, I studied TV, film and radio. Getting contacts with other people is really, really important. It also just makes university a lot more fun, because it breaks up the time when you are studying. It's not all just stressful, it's not just like exams and coursework and stuff. You will have your fun as well in these societies, so it definitely is worth it. My second piece of advice, which kind of links in the first one, is just make as many friends as possible, because you only get most people only go to university once. You've only got this chance once, especially as a fresher. So make as many friends as you want. For example, if you're living in a flat with different people, make that extra effort and talk to them. I remember on the first day when I moved in, I was like, right, I'm going to go into the kitchen, see who's there, get talking to them, because you are going to live with them for a year, so you may as well, get talking to them. And yeah, so that's a good way. Events, just get talking to people. Something that I didn't do, but I kind of wish I did, was talk to more people in my flat area. So like, I had my flat, but I didn't really talk to many people who lived in the other flats nearby me. And my area had like events on every now and again, and I didn't really talk to anyone. So I would definitely say just get chatting. Everyone's new, so everyone's in the same position as you, so just start talking and make friends. My third piece of advice is just have fun, but also work hard. I think it's really important about finding a balance. First year, it's obviously the least important out of the three, but it's still just as important as the other two. I think it's really important to just find a good balance between work and having fun. You don't want to be stressed all the time. You do want to go to events, relax, that sort of stuff, but then you don't want to just do that all the time, and then you're like, oh, the deadline's tonight and I've not done any work. So it's just about finding that balance. Maybe make like a schedule, like a routine, like a rota or something. So you know how much hours you're spending on one thing, how much you spend on the other. So my next piece of advice would be just be yourself, and that is the best way to be. Don't try and be someone else. Don't pretend to be a certain way. Just be yourself, and the right type of people will sort of like gravitate towards you. You'll make the right type of friends, because the worst thing is going to a new place and then starting to hang out with people that you just don't get on with, and that's because you kind of faked yourself. So yeah, just be yourself, and I feel like you'll enjoy yourself the most that way. So my next piece of advice might not fit to all of you, but for me, I love university, especially if you're moving away. I feel like this fits to you more, but just make the most of it. Make university the best experience of your life. Some people just go to university as like maybe like a part-time thing or something. For me, I put all my energy into it, because I know I've got this chance once. I'm not going to want to retake a year. I'm not going to want to do it again, because it's expensive, it's time wasting. So just put all your energy into it, have the best time ever. So my next piece of advice is, which I definitely needed, is you're not going to get on with everyone. There's some people, especially on your course, that you wouldn't really talk to outside of your lecture or whatever. You're just two completely different people. I don't mean that you need to drop out or you need to change your course because there might be someone that you don't get on with. there is ways around it. You don't need to work with everyone. I mean, a lot of lecturers, you just, you know, go in, right, leave, and then, but a lot of my lecturers, like, you work together, teamwork, you know, that sort of thing. Just know that it's normal, that you aren't going to get on with everyone, but there is going to be people in there that you do get on with, so just spend your time with them. My next piece is take every opportunity you have. I definitely, I just heard someone scream. Okay. You might never get these opportunities again, just literally just take them, because what else are you really going to do, to be honest? You know what I mean? You're at uni. Like I said, just pour all your energy into it and just have a good time. So my next piece of advice is probably very important, and just remember that nothing is permanent and things can change. So for example, if you aren't enjoying your flat that you're living in, maybe you don't get on with your flatmates, you can change, you can move flats. I know my university, it's absolutely fine to move your flat. Luckily, you know, I got on with my flatmates, but you might not, or you know, they might be too loud for you, or you know, mean or whatever, but you can move, and that's totally fine. Same thing with a course. If you aren't enjoying your course, you think this isn't for me, you can normally change. I know people on my course that have people that have come onto the course. I know people that left. Don't feel like if you aren't enjoying the course and maybe university isn't for you, you can just go, do you know what I mean? But then don't also at the same time, if it isn't working out for you, you don't think, oh, this isn't for me, stick it out a bit, because you might change your mind. It's obviously very, very different if you're moving away from home and you've not done that before. It's going to be such a big life change for you, so stick out for a bit. But if it isn't, if you really don't enjoy it, then you know, there's always other options for you. University, you know, isn't always the answer. And by doing this, it's just speaking out. You can speak to a friend, family member, a lecturer. There's always people around university that are there to help you. There's normally like a reception, or there's like a building somewhere that you can go speak to, so just find it out. And yeah, so my next piece of advice would be for people that are living in a flat or like a shared house or something like that, and it can be sharing a kitchen or like sharing a bathroom or whatever, something like that can be stressful at times. I always got stressed because of the kitchen, and not being sexist, but living with just all guys, it did get messy. If people aren't cleaning up after themselves, and firstly I would say communication is really important. Just talk to them, tell them, ask them, you know, will you do your dishes, will you put away your rubbish or whatever. And if that isn't working, if they're still not, you know, following the rules of, you know, normally in a flat you have like a list of rules that everyone needs to do, you know, you need to take the rubbish out, you know, you need to keep surfaces clean, stuff like that. If they aren't following them and they aren't keeping your communal areas tidy and clean, then make a rota. So then, you know, on a Monday this person has to take the bins out. If they haven't done it, they can't be like, well, you could take the bins out. I'm like, well, it's your day. So you know what I mean, a rota can be really helpful. Luckily I didn't have to make a rota. I just kept nagging the boys to clean, but I feel like a rota would have been good though. If I knew about it earlier on in the year, then I feel like I might have made one. So yeah, rota is really good. And lastly, if you still aren't following the rota, then you can normally speak to Res Life. I think Res Life is for every university. I know that's what we call it. I'm pretty sure everyone calls it Res Life. But there's normally someone that you can talk to. You know, whoever comes for inspections, talk to them. You normally bump into them, because I'm always in the kitchen when they came in. You're like, oh, and they're like, yeah, it's really messy. You're like, yeah, I'll clean it now. Yeah, speak to them, say, you know, I am doing my part, but my other flatmates aren't, and it will be sorted out. So my next piece of advice is for people that might feel a bit homesick, or might be the first time that you moved away from home, and that is just make your room like as homely and as comfy as possible. So maybe take pictures that you have of home, so your pets, your family members. I know I had like my pin board, and it was literally like, I think like 90% was just pictures of like my dogs and my family, and that was really nice, because like, you know, you just look at them and it makes you a lot happier. And also just like really cute things, so maybe like fairy lights, cushions, throws, just anything that like, you know, makes you more at home. And something that links onto it, I really hope you can't hear my dog cleaning itself in the background. You're not being very considerate. What can you do? What do you either? Something that links on from that is just keep in contact with your family, you know, Skype, call, just text. You might, you know, I only lived like a 50 minutes away, so it really wasn't that far. I was always coming home, or my family would visit me, so really I saw them a lot. But if there is a lot further, you know, it might be like the other side of the country that you're going to. You know, communication is really important because it's just nice to like keep in contact with your family. So yeah, just text, phone, Skype, FaceTime. It's just really nice. Another piece of advice I would give is try and get on with your flatmates. I remember, I think it was like the first or second night. I think it was the second night after I moved in. We had like we all had a meal together, and it was really nice because we all like bonded. And you don't want to be like really awkward and in your room like, oh my god, it's been like 4 weeks and I'm still not spoken to him. You just want to get in straight in there and just start talking, and then you won't have that awkward bit. You just won't. So my last piece of advice for today is, if you are living in a flat or something like that and you're going to be living with other people, then obviously you might need items like a kettle or a toaster, or, you know, ironing board, big items that might be, you know, that are rather expensive. I would either say, if you know who you're living with before you move in, you know, get in contact with them all, make a group chat. I know I made a group chat with the people that I know I was living with. So if you do know who you're living with, then maybe like make a group chat and discuss big items that you need to buy, because you don't want to turn up and everyone's bought a toaster or everyone's bought a microwave. It's just you're gonna end up with like 6 toasters or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So either discuss it beforehand, or if you don't know who you're living with, just wait till you move in and then you can discuss, like, see if anyone else has brought a kettle already, because you don't want to waste your money, do you, buying a kettle and you thought, Ben's already bought one. You know, I actually had a flatmate called Ben. Or the kitchen might already supply it, so you don't want to buy one and you're like, oh, they already have one. So yeah, maybe just wait, hang on and buying the more expensive items. I know I was the one who bought the iron and the ironing board, and I would just let other people use it. Someone else bought a toaster and a kettle, so, you know, like, you know, you're just chip in and let each other borrow their things. Yeah, that's all my advice. I hope you found it helpful. If you are going to be starting your first year at university, then I hope you have the best time ever. I love university, I really do. Some people might hate it, but I love it. And yeah, good luck, have as much fun as possible, put all the work in, but also put as much fun into it. You know, we aren't just there for a degree, we're there to make friends, we're there to make memories. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon. Goodbye.